first 16 minutes, I thought we were really, really good. I thought we were good offensively. I thought we were physical with purpose. I thought we defended well. I thought we mixed our defense as well. And then the game changer came in the game, P.J. Thompson. He changed the game. Totally changed the game. Changed the energy level of the building. Changed the energy level of his team, in my opinion. You certainly have to ask Matt. But I thought he was the difference in the first half for sure, and in the second half. Obviously, Davis was terrific as well, scoring 17 of his 18 in the second half. But we have a 13-point lead, and they go on an 8-0 run, and a lot of those were points off turnovers generated by P.J. Thompson's ball pressure and our guards' inability to run our offense when that happened. I was really disappointed with that. Even though we were up 5 at the half, I felt like we lost an opportunity to be up 10-ish, and that's significant in these games, as we all know. Then we coupled that with coming back to start the second half, and I once again was disappointed with the start of the second half. We had some guys jogging to start the second half. We got beat on some transition buckets that I didn't like. And then by the time we figured that out, they had the lead at the under-16 media. So I thought the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half, at the end of the day, is kind of what got it done for them, in my opinion, and put us in a position where it was going to be very difficult for us to get it done. Then from there, I didn't think our energy level on the ball was as good as it was in the first half. Obviously they got some lobs on us. I thought our backside help was poor. First half, I thought it was better. They shot 50-some% from the field. And at one point, we were really, really struggling until the end there when we scored 5 or 7 field goals once we started pressing and scrambling and trying to come back. I'll give our guys credit. They fought all the way to the end. And, we had a couple things there happen at the end where we at least made it competitive and put ourselves in striking range. So I was happy with that. But individually, I thought Rice and Egwu had it today. I wasn't very happy with the rest of the I just didn't feel the other guys were NBA All-Stars in their roles at all today. And when you play a good team like Purdue in this environment that has 12 conference wins and 20 overall wins, you better bring it from everybody. As I said earlier in the week, we are a 9-man rotation right now, and we are a team, and we cannot afford, certainly, 6 or 7 guys out of 9 to not be an NBA All-Star in their role. We didn't have it. I give Egwu and Rice a lot of credit. I thought they fought like seniors and battled their butts off. Nana played 37 minutes and guarded 2 7-footers the entire time, and 9 boards, 4 steals. I mean, he was everywhere. But all in all, we got to figure out and try to bottle up what we did the first 16 minutes and see if we can do that for a longer duration or a longer period of time than just 16 minutes. You have to play 40 minutes in this league. Questions?
John, I'm talking about the end of the first half. Did you feel like that play where Thompson took the ball from Jalen and scored was maybe the one that...
That was a game changer. Yeah. And then obviously we threw it away again because he was disrupting our point guard and dismantling our offense, and then we threw it away and they scored another basket. It's unacceptable. We need to have a little bit more toughness than that. We don't throw the ball to the other team. Toughen up.
John, talking about turnovers, you guys had 14 in this game. Was that due to Purdue's tough defense? Or do you think
I thought so. I thought, the majority of those turnovers, we had 9 in the first half. I don't know how, I know at least one of them was an illegal screen. One of them was our kid went to get the ball when it was going to be out on them and just barely grazed the inline. So those were a couple of them that just kind of happened. But the ones I'm the most concerned about were the ones at the end of the half that were live ball turnovers that led to that 8-0 run to take the game from 26-13, where we had at least somewhat of a command of the game at that point, to a 5-point game at the half. I thought that was really a big, big difference. We settled down a little bit in the second half and played with 5. We've done a great job of taking care of the ball all year, playing with 10 or less about every time we play, and 14 is too many. But give Purdue credit, in particular P.J. Thompson. Credit. I thought that he dismantled our offense there at the end of the first half.
John, you talked about the end of the first half, but you got off to such a wonderful start at 15-2, but I think you got a 3 taken away by an illegal screen call, another layup. I mean, it literally could have been 22-24-2. Was that, in retrospect, another key point where you could have even been up bigger?
Yeah, I don't want to comment on either one of those plays. Next question.
John, you're at the end of season 2 now, what you guys call it, heading into season 3. Where do you feel like you guys are in What was the locker room like with these guys having an
A lot of
opportunity?
guys were disappointed. I'd hope they'd be disappointed. We put a lot into this. I mean, if you're not disappointed, then you need to go try another sport or something. But we talk about not getting discouraged. You know, season 2's over. We finished 9-9. You know, we know who we're playing on Thursday. Got to be ready for that rubber match. Should be a great game. We have a lot of respect for them, and we got to get ready to go. You know, probably the biggest thing is try to get our guys, especially somebody like Nana, who played 37 minutes, those guys some rest here the next day or two and get them ready for the game on Thursday.
On the flip side of the turnover deal, the last 2 games there were some really great passes by Ray, Kendrick, things that just the other guys weren't expecting at all. And I don't think those are the kind of things that you would discourage.
Yeah, no, I thought, especially our shot selection in the first half, I thought was terrific. Obviously, we got a little bit aggressive late in the game because we were behind, but you know, I thought we had. So I agree with you. We had some passes that, you know, maybe they're a little bit hot. We'll have to look at the film. Should we have caught them? Should we have not caught them? But our guys are playing, you know, the right way in that regard right now. They have for about 3 or 4 games where they're, you know, they're moving the ball, and that's good. I mean, that's good. I think they played well together. And today, I thought when we didn't turn it over, that we had some pretty good shots for the most part. You know, we need to knock a few more of them down in the second half, but I thought in the first half we were really hitting on all cylinders.
John, is there anything that was similar to some of the earlier games like Michigan, Oregon, where you had those leads? Do you see any similarities?
No, not this one. This one was different. I mean, this wasn't a deal where, you know, you're up that late in the game. Different. You know, a lot different. Yeah, I was just, you know, at the end of the day, we've got to play better. We've got to have some guys on our team that play better than what they did today. You know, they need to figure it out between now and Thursday.
All the way in the back, John. You didn't have as many Big Ten wins last season, but did you go into the Big Ten tournament last year kind of knowing a little better, having a better feel for what you had than what you have right now?
No, not really. About the same, Steve, to be honest with you. You know, those guys know exactly what they need to be doing. I think it's very obvious that Ray is back, and he's playing together with his teammates very, very well, as Rob was alluding to with the passing. So those guys know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They know we have a 9-man rotation right now, and they need to step up and play their role better. And they did, by the way, the last 2 games very, very well. So, and they did today for about 16 minutes. Maybe even 21 minutes, because the first 16 we were terrific. In the last 5, we had to play a little bit different style to try to get back in the game, but I thought we were really good the last 5. But 21 minutes out of 40 in this league, get you a handshake and maybe a post-game meal. That's about it.
Coach, you mentioned how P.J. Thompson and their intensity kind of changed things for you guys on the offensive end. What changed for you guys on the defensive end when they went on their big run there?
I thought our energy level on the ball wasn't as good. We had good ball pressure when we were in our man-to-man. I thought our zone was effective in the first half as well. We didn't get scores. We were playing makes, misses. And when you don't get scores, you can't get the zone set. You know, I didn't think that we had quite the energy level in the second half, especially the first 15 minutes of the second half. I thought they beat us to loose balls. I thought Octius was playing hard as well, like a senior, like his head was held underwater. I thought Davis was terrific in the second half. And I thought P.J. Thompson was really a difference maker in the 14 minutes that he played.
Time for one more for you. Okay.
Thanks.